Hi, this is Edward Troxel. In today's tutorial, we're going to look at a problem that can occur when you're using a custom command. And this is, if you have the focus on the custom command, then key presses may not work to control the Vegas timeline. And the example I'm going to show is when I have my multicam plug-in, when I am using the form to change camera angles, the focus comes to the form where the camera angles is, and therefore if I'm pressing the space bar to stop or start the timeline playback, then it won't actually do that because the focus is on the Excalibur window instead of the main timeline window. I'm not actually going to do this, but I am going to show you what I mean in Excalibur, and then I'm going to show you how we overcome that. Obviously I don't have anything on the timeline here, but if we look in Excalibur and we go to our cameras page, here is where we would click to change the different camera angles. And so as I'm clicking, after I start the playback, because these can change camera in real time, as I'm playing back the timeline, I can just click on any of these buttons, and as I'm clicking on these buttons, it's going to change to that camera. And then once I've changed to that camera, if I want to stop the playback, then if I press the space bar, it's still going to have the focus up here instead of down on the timeline. So I would have to click on the timeline in order to bring the focus back down there in order for the space bar to work. So we want to, after each time we click on one of these buttons, we want the focus to go back to the timeline. Here's the actual user control that has the camera angles on it, and the one thing we need to add up here is we must have using system.runtime.interop services. So this must be added up here, and then somewhere outside of any of the other functions, inside the user control, that outside of any of the other functions, we need to add this right here. So this first line here says DLL import, and then we're going to use user32.dll, and then we're going to set up this call to the set focus routine inside the user32.dll. Once we have this call set up, then all we have to do is call it with the Vegas window. In this particular case, I am calling it right here. So we just use the set focus, and then it's expecting a handle reference. So we create a new handle reference, and the first parameter is null. And then the second parameter is, in this case it says shared vars.vegas.mainwindow.handle. In our regular scripts, this would say myvegas.mainwindow.handle. So when this is called, it actually sets the focus back to the main Vegas window, so that if we press the space bar or any other key presses, Vegas is now going to handle it instead of our user control handling it. So if you're creating a custom command and need to return the focus back to the main Vegas timeline, or the main Vegas window, that will let you set the focus back to Vegas so that your custom command won't try to process those key presses instead. The hardest part is setting up the call to the external process. Once that's set up, it's just a simple set focus call, and you can easily return the focus back to the main Vegas window. So I hope you find this tutorial useful. Let me know what you'd like to see in future tutorials. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next tutorial. Please sign up at www.JETDV.com and subscribe on YouTube to get further notifications on when new videos are presented.